My name is Roy Harris, and I have been living in this neighborhood now for 36 years. I've stopped counting. In the South Side neighborhood, as people refer to it. I am the unofficial lion of the neighborhood. Once I retired, I decided just, since you're gonna be living in this neighborhood, just check it out. And so I started to walk the neighborhood. I've been walking ever since, last 4 or 5 years, just walking the neighborhood. And I can see the changes that are happening in the neighborhood.
I'm Anna Grace, and this is Caroline Parker, and we live on Lakeshore Drive. Walking down Lakeshore Drive with 2 dogs and a baby is very challenging. There are absolutely no sidewalks on Lakeshore Drive. Regularly, there are cars that pass by that are only a few inches away, and I have to go 8 houses to get off of Lakeshore Drive, and it is incredibly stressful.
My name is Matt Lee. I was born and raised in Asheville. I've been living with a spinal cord injury for 21 years. It is not merely a medical condition or injury anymore. It's become a part of my identity and how I navigate and live in this world. With the sidewalks in the city, especially 30 years after the ADA was passed, there are still many challenges. Whether it's inaccessible curb ramps or trash cans or broken sidewalks, it prevents me from being able to pass through. Oftentimes, maybe someone can just step over it or walk around it, but for me, it makes it impassable.
I'm Grace Curry. John and I have lived in Asheville right around 19 years, just off of Charlotte Street. Well, when I moved here, I found out that there was a Charlotte Street corridor plan that was essentially what is now called a road diet, and the city had adopted it. Primarily, the reason we wanted to live at the area where we did was that we wanted to be able to walk, and there's also a bus nearby, and not have to rely solely on a car.
My name is Dave Nutter. I'm a neighbor here. I live just around the corner from this lovely Reed Creek Greenway, which I use every single day. I walk about 5 miles a day, and it's very good for me in terms of health and relaxation and quiet, and you can really think on greenways. You can sit and rest and relax. You can meet old friends and make new friends.
My name is Judy Davis, and I've lived in Asheville since 1998. I walk with a yellow lab guide dog. His name is Prince, and he's been my partner for about 5 years. And I really enjoy walking in Asheville. I usually walk twice a day for about 90 minutes each walk.
Sometimes I tell folks, look up 10 degrees, and it's a whole different world. 10 degrees, and you're like, oh, I never saw all of that. Part of that is because your eyes are here because bad sidewalks.
There's several different parts to walking safely in Asheville for me. Part of it depends on the homeowners. Like there's places where there's brush that hangs over the sidewalk, so occasionally I end up with scrapes on my face, which is not very fun. Also, if the trash cans could just stay off the sidewalks, that would make it much easier for me.
I'm Mika Mapp. I'm a native of Asheville. I work in the South Side in the River Arts District of Asheville. The River Arts District attracts a lot of tourism, and the sidewalks give people the ability to just leisurely walk by, stop in to get a cup of coffee, and do all of that safely, so we appreciate them. I have lived in other areas in North Carolina and haven't noticed as much sidewalk traffic as I have here in Asheville, just given the beautiful environment and the climate, so sidewalks are a definite necessity.
Hi, my name's Gwen Whistler. Greenways are important to me because they allow people to have active transportation. They actually get someplace without a car, either riding their bike or walking.
We live near Greenway, and kids use that to get to and from school. They learned how to ride their bikes on the greenways.
You can have incredible outdoor experiences right next to your own house, if you've got a greenway you can get out on, and that would have an incredible impact on so many people's lives if we can just make it easier for everyone to get outside.
I'm Claudia Nix.
I'm Mike Nix.
And we are the owners of Liberty Bicycles. Something that I've been working on for over 40 years. It's to get greenways and bike facilities that are safer for people. And what started me working on that was when I started having customers say to me, I want to sell my bike. I don't feel comfortable riding in this community.
It's extremely mountainous, the roads are narrow, and sometimes some roads you're taking your life in your hands to ride on them.
And feeling comfortable is one of the main things that's important about having greenways.
I've seen a lot of progress. We are connecting jigsaw puzzle pieces of greenways.
The greenways by the river are amazing. I love the wide, safe sidewalks. It was engineered perfectly to allow anyone's passions to be put out on the greenway. Like if you like biking, walking with your family, walking your dog, running, you can do all of that over there, and I think it's amazing.
It's important for me to be able to access these places freely of charge without any hindrances. Riding bikes, just going for a walk and relaxing, and that's part of being human, and that's part of the benefits of places like this.
I'm encouraged and pleased with the efforts of this city to improve accessibility, to incorporate more inclusive universal designs for pedestrian pathways and sidewalks and greenways, and it has greatly improved my access and others so that I can be a better part of the community and participate.
Charlotte Street Road Diet has really been implemented in the last 6 months. Certainly for pedestrian traffic, it's a big improvement as far as I'm concerned. There are a lot more places where you can cross safely. People do have to stop. It's more comfortable. It's more pleasant.
Just recently, they did a lot of nice work on Kenilworth, so I don't have to worry about water collecting in gutters, which was really nice, because there was a lot of times I ended up with very wet feet. You know, I really appreciate what the city did there.
Over time, the city's done a better job of putting the capital investment into those areas where there can really be a big benefit.
What could we do to make our greenways better? We could have more of them and really focus on keeping them clean and maintained.
Well, in this place in particular, when it is busy, parking is an issue.
Walking on Lakeshore Drive would be a lot better if we had a sidewalk, a lower speed limit, and maybe possible police patrol to catch people that are speeding.
A lot of places in Asheville, the sidewalks are actually pretty narrow. Going forward, if the city could look into having a strip of green between the sidewalk and the street, that would give me a little more comfort.
The first thing I would do to make the sidewalks better on the south side is do a better job of cutting the grass on the sidewalk.
I think the hard thing is it's hard to ever get a timeline. Like, you communicate things, problem areas, and it can be months, it can be years. For folks with disabilities, you're just waiting, and you can't use things, you can't access things. So I think it does help to kind of know when things might happen.
Asheville itself is so beautiful. Asheville needs greenways just to reflect the lovely environment that it is in. And they really count for bringing people together and making better neighbors of us all.